Abraham was a liar.
But was he really? Or maybe you're the liar. What if I assumed that you are an agent of the father of lies because you have exchanged your morals for gains? I have a story time for you. Let's say one day you had to be extremely wise to preserve prophecy. And this is how it started. You've been trying to conceive a child with your wife for years. You dugo dugo go, you dugo dugo come, not nankich. You've even prayed earnestly to God, trusting and believing that one day He would untie that knot. But still, nothing happened. And as you neared old age, you stopped praying about it. Maybe childbearing just isn't for us, is what you said. No, me all, my wife all, we simply just missed the boat. Then one day, when you were about 99 years old and your wife was about 89 years old, three strangers were passing by your house. And they were tired, so you invited them in for a glass of water to quench their thirst. And you are a naturally kind person, so you even gave them food. So they drank, they ate, and before they left, they said something to you. Your wife will conceive and bear a son. And not only will she bear a son, but you shall become the father of many nations. And not only will you become the father of many nations, but kings shall come from your loins. Be honest. Well, so did Sarah. She laughed because this news would have been incredible some decades ago. But now it just couldn't be possible. But see, they were about to learn that Yahuwah, the God who created all flesh upon this earth, specializes in things that seem impossible. Speaking of impossible things, God specifically spoke to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. It says, "Now the Lord had said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed." So after the Lord made this promise to Abraham, he packed all his belongings and he left for a place he didn't know, a land called Canaan. And when he got there, not only was this promised land already occupied by other people, but there was a famine so great that he had to flee that promised land for another country. And just when you think things couldn't get any worse, upon arriving in that country, his wife was taken from him by the king because he liked her. Sarah was an extremely beautiful woman, and when she arrived in Egypt, the Pharaoh at the time, King Abimelech, was fascinated by her beauty. To win favor, Abraham had already told Sarah, "When we get there, if anyone asks, you're my sister," because the Egyptians were pretty strict people. But Sarah was truly Abraham's half-sister. In Genesis 20, verse 12, Abraham confirms this by stating, "She is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother." So, did Abraham really lie? Just because he didn't also declare that she was his wife does not mean that he lied about her being his sister. To sum this up, Abraham was promised to be the father of many nations, yet both him and his wife were very old, and she was barren. He was also told to pack his belongings and move to a land that he didn't know anything about. When he got there, not only was it already occupied, but there was a famine in the land and he had to flee and go to another country. And upon arriving in that country, the king stole your wife, the very one whom you were promised to bear children with and to fulfill prophecy with. Hold your horses, because this story of the gospel of the kingdom of heaven gets even wilder. Next, God sent an angel to beat up the king. See you in part 10.